We are at the state fair in Palmer, and there's a lot of people here. This is kind of crazy.
Tons of people here.
So we'll see.
One of the parking areas.
Yeah,
more than the Western Idaho State Fair.
Yeah. We just picked Cheyenne up at the airport. We did another drive, but we didn't figure you want to watch us drive to Anchorage again. So, anyways, we're gonna see what the state fair is all about. We'll bring you with us. Come on, let's go. There's actually quite a bit of stuff here. Rebecca bought some flowers this year. They didn't work out so well.
I don't even want to stand near them because if I stand near them, they're probably gonna die.
So the glaciers, the glacier water, when it melts, all the minerals that come off the glaciers are feed into the gardens and everything down here, and they make the vegetables grow to massive sizes. So the cabbages and the pumpkins are huge. So they got them on display over here. They're just massive.
Okay, so we just got here and we started doing our thing, and we stumbled into this booth. What do you guys call it? Chickaloonies. These guys sound pretty cool. Take a listen to what they're doing.
What's up, guys? I'm Casey Silver. My name's Dimmy. And together, we're 80% Studios. We're storytellers. And we tell Alaskan stories for Alaskan people. And we do an all-ages graphic novel called Chickaloonies, which is a story about two best friends and their grandma who live in the magical village of Chickaloon, which is very magical for anybody who doesn't know and is also very real. And our two main characters are Mr. Yelly, who speaks at great lengths at all times, whether you want him to or not, and then his best friend, Sasquatch Emoji, who speaks only in emojis. And using their powers of words and pictures combined, they set on a quest to become the greatest storytellers the world's ever seen. And Dimmy here, third generation storyteller from Chickaloon.
Yeah, using the teachings of their grandma and their language and the traditions of their tribe, they go out on a quest to become great storytellers. So I'm a third generation storyteller from Chickaloon Village right here in the valley. These books all take place there, and the stories are inspired by our traditional Yanida'a legends, which means ancient teachings, and we're taking the inspiration from those ancient stories and sharing them in a new way for the next generation, trying to inspire kids to think about collaborating with their elders, looking to their culture to begin creating their own stories.
Because it's really important to not only to look to the past for inspiration, but look to the future. A thriving culture will create new stories, and a dying culture will seek to preserve them. And so we're really trying to not retell old ones, but make new ones, and as Denny said, inspire the next generation to look to their own culture, to tell stories, because that's what binds all of us together. No matter where you're from, what part of the world, stories are what connect all of us.
We are 80% Studios. Be sure to find us.
That's
Hashtag
right.
80% Studios.
Very cool. Yeah. So they've got a couple of graphic novels. Cheyenne was into these back when years ago, but they do all the drawings and graphics and storytelling and everything, which is what we're supposed to be doing. It's telling you guys stories. So, hey, thanks, guys. Appreciate it very much. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Take it from a former homeschooler. I would have eaten this stuff up when I was a kid. So if any of you are homeschooling, take a look.
It's actually a really nice fair. They got a lot of everything. I've been to a lot of them. But this is a really good fair. I would highly recommend so far.
I came here for one thing and one thing only. funnel cake. That is why you go to the state fair. So we are waiting for a funnel cake. I love funnel cake.
This is a really big fair. Kind of a train, but I thought this was kind of interesting. We got a porcupine and a yak or something sticking out of there. We are perplexed because on the way in, I got selected for a random bag check and they took my knife, just a little cheap Chinese stainless steel knife, but they got knives for sale. I told them they got knives for sale in there. Well, they're all in bags or boxes or something or other. You take my knife at the gate and then you sell them on the inside. One place had knife sharpening. Like, what are you going to sharpen? I don't know. I would expect more common sense from Alaska. Well, that's been our day at the fair. It's a big fair. There's a lot of stuff to see. I don't think you can see it all in one day. It's raining. We're tired. Yeah, we had some lunch. We walked around and saw some doodads. It was a good time. So if you get a chance, you should go. Good morning. We are going to cure salmon eggs today. We went out fishing yesterday, and the fishing was so good I didn't film any of it. So sorry for not bringing you along, but that's the way it goes sometimes. Maybe we'll catch some footage today. Anyhow, we got a lot of salmon eggs, and these will be used for catching silver salmon and trout later on. Once you can start using bait, usually around mid-August, the regulations let you start using bait. This is Doug. Doug and I go
Way back.
Well, it's a long story, but anyhow, Doug came to fish with us this year, and he does some mission work with the Bible College here in town. So his team is arriving next week. He's going to go and do a bunch of maintenance, not maintenance, construction. Yeah. So this guy's got some skills, and but right now we're going to cure salmon eggs. I'm not going to tell you how to cure salmon eggs. I'm going to tell you how I cure salmon eggs, because everyone's got their own voodoo and magic that they do, and I don't know what's right and what's wrong. We tried a couple of different ones last year. This year we asked the guy in Sportsman's what he recommended, and he sounded like he was pretty knowledgeable. Mm-hmm. So this is what he recommended, and I know ProCure is a good one, and the red hot double stuff, that's kind of, I think they used to call it hot damn or something like that. But the color I wasn't sure about. Now the guy at Sportsman said we want to mix some brown sugar in with this also to give it a little bit of sweet. And he said later in the season, the fish start to crave a little more salt than sweet. Mm-hmm. So he starts to mix more salt in later on. So maybe we'll do a batch here with sugar, and then we'll do a batch with sugar, salt, and maybe a batch with just salt. I don't know. We're going to figure it out. You do it by weight. I weighed this out. It's about 8.5 pounds total of what we've got. And there's a recipe on the back. The biggest thing that I wanted to show you is when the eggs come out of the salmon, they are, now look at that. See, there's some worms. See the worms? Those come out of the fish intestines right there. He's still alive. We're going to wash him down the old garbage disposal. But the eggs come out of the fish just like this. And there's this membrane on the back of the eggs that's called the skein, and that's kind of what holds them all together. So we kind of open that up so the cure can get down inside, but you keep it on the skein. Once these are dried, this kind of marinates it almost, and it draws the moisture out and it firms them up. And then you just take scissors and cut them in about 1-inch strips, and that skein is what holds it on the egg loop hook. So that's how they come out, just like that. We're going to cure them up, and you can come along. So the recipe calls for 1.5 to 2 tablespoons of cure per pound. So we got about 8 pounds. So what is that? 16 tablespoons? Let's actually measure that out, and we'll pour it in a bowl. And then we'll mix in the brown sugar, and then we can sort of dust them as they're going into the bowl. Let's put some gloves on too, because that stuff right there will stain you, and it's probably not very good for your.
Okay.
Your skin is the largest organ in your body, and it absorbs stuff through that. So all of a sudden you start twitching. It's because you didn't wear gloves. We got a
seal off.
Child safety lock.
Okay. Do 2 of these.
There we go. We got a bowl, right?
That was some purple stuff.
That's good enough.
Okay, we're doing in that bowl there.
We're going to do it right here.
Okay. It's good stuff.
Oh.
That'll go up your nose.
Yeah, it did go up my nose. Like a Cheech and Chong movie. All right, there's that.
Dave's not here.
Man. Oh. See, look at just that little bit. It stains you big time. That was just from taking that cap off.
Okay. That's done.
That. Yeah.
We'll leave it over here for
leave it there for the ingredients.
marketing purposes.
Oh, yeah.
Sponsorship.
Yeah, look at it.
Hey,
It stains you up. Stains you up quick. Stain up your countertop. All right, so let's go with we're gonna go with a 1/3 cup of the brown sugar. Just because it sounds like a good number. Here's 1/3 of a cup right here.
Done with that one.
So we're doing now what the guy in the store said is that it needs sugar, but if they put the sugar in it, it'll clump up during shipping. So they don't put sugar in it. So I don't know. I hope he's right. I don't know the answer. And
It sounds like he's done it multiple years.
yeah, his explanation was as good as any. So he didn't say if we're supposed to use organic brown sugar or just regular. This is light brown sugar. I don't know the difference.
Okay, let's get a spoon and we'll mix it up. That's pretty cool looking.
Yeah.
You're making some kind of artwork or something. Sand art.
It is kind of neat, isn't it?
Yeah. Try not to make too much of a cloud of
Yeah, that stuff is
dust.
Makes you gag.
I think that's pretty good.
Yep, looks good to me. Don't eat it. The words of Rick Murphy. Don't eat it. They're not clams.
I'm just trying to see. It may not even say what's in it. Oh, avoid breathing dust or contact with eyes. In case of contact with eyes, flush with water for 15 minutes. Gotta be good.
Holy, that's not good. Avoid breathing dust. We just breathe the dust. Okay, so read the label before you start because it tells you don't breathe it in, and we just breathed it in. All right.
Use in a well-ventilated area. Apply carefully. Cure eggs using rubber gloves to avoid staining. Container used will be permanently stained.
Container
Level is
used.
permanently stained.
I guess so. What about the stainless steel?
Don't tell Rebecca.
What about the stainless steel?
Rebecca, you're not watching this, are you? Surrounding area may be stained. Store unused powder in dry area. I like this statement. Eggs properly stored in ProCure will last almost indefinitely.
Oh, that doesn't sound good.
There must be some really, really fine stuff in here.
Yeah, that doesn't sound good. All right, so this is what I wanted to show you, is that you see the skein, and there's a blood vessel that runs through the back of that. See the dark purple there? You want to try and get that blood out. It will cure differently. And so we did this the other day. Now, I don't know if they're And you just kind of push it along. What we found, though, that worked really well, is we took...
You made a little nip in it.
Yep.
In the middle.
Yep. Give me just a second here.
That way you're not pushing so far.
What we found is we took a pair of scissors and we just nipped a hole in the skein right there. And then we took a paper towel and we just pushed that blood towards the hole that we made. And then we didn't have to push it all the way to the edge of the skein. So see that? I don't know if you can see it, pushes it right out there. We'll flip this around and go this way. The spoon seemed to work pretty good because it gets right into the groove between the eggs. Yeah, there we go. Just kind of gets it out. Some of these don't have much. Others have quite a bit more. I don't know if it depends. Now here's one that we tried cleaning this up, but the blood got down in between the eggs. Mm-hmm. So it'll kind of ruin those eggs, I think, that are nearby.
That'll affect the fishing quality.
You know, I think everyone would have an opinion, and I just don't know. I think they probably wouldn't last forever if they got blood in them. That would be my guess. And the dog has to do its crazy thing when we turn the cameras on. We'll flip this around and go this way.
Hello, Izzy. Well, she's gone.
Push that out, right out like that. Where's my hole at? This doesn't seem to be finding the hole that I made, so I'm going to cut that again. There we go. There. So that's how you milk the skein. Just try and get the blood out of that. And then we'll move on to the next thing. So it says it stains the bowl. I don't know about a stainless steel bowl.
That would kind of defy the name, wouldn't it?
I think it would define, yeah.
Stainless steel? Not stainless. It's stable. All right, try to get the best.
We'll just get these in. And I think if you powder those, kind of as we do not breathe the stuff here. All right, finish that off. So I think if we just kind of lightly dust these as we're going, get them powdered up.
Maybe
We're gonna, yeah. Don't breathe it. It's hard to not breathe it. You want to?
You know what? Well, if we turn the fan on, it'll make a noise. So we can ventilate the area.
Ooh.
Okay, so I'm just going to kind of
just mix them up. Don't get it up above your gloves.
Yeah. A lot of it's
kind of gives me a headache. I don't think we should breathe that stuff.
A lot of it's on the skein itself.
Hmm?
Well, like
it'll work itself in there.
It'll go through.
Yeah. That one busted up. So here's one where the skein broke up as we were gutting it. Yeah, it'll still work, but just toss some more in there. Yeah, just kind of milk it into it. Because over time, it'll just all turn to big old ball of purple juice. Mm. So that one needs to be cleaned out.
Oh yeah, we need to add some more dust on top of it.
Yeah. Don't breathe it. Hold your breath. Yeah, it just pouring that little bit from the white bowl into the stainless bowl, it makes you just cough. It's interesting stuff for sure. Let's save this bag for a minute and see what it does.
Trying to be gentle.
No, you don't gotta be too gentle.
No?
No.
They can handle.
Yep, they can handle it.
Can handle it.
Yep.
Almost looks like
Toss it around.
grape juice down
Yep.
there.
We're gonna put these in,
Okay.
and we'll just do the whole pot. Well, there was one here I gotta milk out. You know what? I think let's leave the blood in this one, and we'll see how it does. We'll see what a difference it makes. What do you think?
Won't know until you go fishing with it.
Probably don't want to put soap in it. So I won't be. I won't wash that thoroughly until we're done with our contraption.
Mm.
Let me roll that over.
Probably should have put something down on the countertop because if we get it on the countertop.
Think it'll stay on the countertop? Rebecca won't mind. She'll be happy.
Well, speed up the remodel.
Mhm.
This might be an outdoor activity.
Maybe. Okay, so the ceramic bowl came clean.
Thank goodness.
We're gonna find out about the countertops. That porous
Ceramic
tile may not be happy.
fingertips.
So it says just leave those for about an hour in the marinade, the brine. All right, let's see if the countertop survives.
Well, you know what?
Okay, so I think you got to go with fresh wipes. You can't wipe twice because it'll.
Yeah, now I got that clean after
Yeah,
you did
it's
that.
coming
So
out.
I think we diluted it enough.
Sorry, Rebecca.
Not bad. So when is this one gonna?
Oh, I don't know.
Well, it really did juice up, didn't it?
Yep. Yeah, we didn't add any liquid to that. That's just liquid coming out of the eggs,
Mm-hmm.
and that's only been 10 minutes.
Have you done the brine?
We're gonna call it noon, so we're gonna go at 1 o'clock. We're gonna give this a shot.
Have you done a brine style of curing them before?
Yeah, we tried a variety of different ones. We did it in a jar. We did it in a bag. The Ziploc bag actually works pretty darn good.
Yeah.
You just put them in the bag. You sprinkle a powder
it,
in, seal up the bag. Then you can toss that bag around.
That's how we do our marinating of our steaks and stuff. Just cut them to cool out steaks.
Yeah.
And you can get it all worked up. You can flip it over.
Yeah, I don't think spoon's not the way to go. You got to get your hands in there.
Yeah.
All the weight of
I think
rest of the eggs would be on the spoon.
I think you're doing all right. Just
Yeah.
the way it is.
Okay, so again, we'll be back. Get some rubber gloves on here and give it a good stir. You kind of got to be gentle with it because you don't want to bust all the eggs off the skein, but you also got to be able to maneuver these around. So that's more than enough. Yep. That juicy goodness. It's starting to smell a little bit. That's kind of yucky. And here, now you can see where the blood is inside there. All right, get those down in the juices. So the next step will be taking them out, laying them on some trays. These are Hutskis. Hutskis. You buy that little jar of salmon eggs for $6?
Yeah, but they're not on the scheme.
I know. Look how many you get for $6.
$6 you get about that right there.
Yeah, that's what I said. Jeez, I mean, the cure costs a little bit, but it don't cost nothing like. Yeah.
One of these schemes.
See if I can pour that in here. Pour the leftover in the bag. Maybe keep it from making a huge mess. It's going to make a huge mess either way. I'll get that sloshing around there. So I'll take these and put a fan on them. Probably turn the camera on if I'm going. Then we just set them out on a table. They're on the drying racks. You see that? Put a fan across them. Let that blow for, I don't know, a couple hours. You kind of keep coming back and checking them till they get kind of the consistency that you want. They'll firm up. That way, when you put them on the hook, they don't fall off and just run off in the water. It'll also give it a bit of a scent. You drop that in the water, and it sends a scent trail downstream, and that gives the fish something to head towards.
See where those came from?
Yeah. So we just we got our fish processing going on from last night. We vacuum sealed everything. So the story with this is you want the circulation all around your fish. If you were to take these and stack them on top of each other, then the fish in the middle is insulated by the fish on the outside. So by having multiple racks, allows the air to circulate all the way around, and they freeze much faster that way. Then you can put them into bags, put them in the chest freezer. But if you just stack all your fish in there on top of each other, the stuff in the middle won't freeze up right. There we go.
What is that?
Cheesecake. Yeah, so this is why you need a upright freezer and a chest freezer. One kind of gets things frozen, the other is where you're kind of storing things. This also allows the fish to freeze nice and flat. If you put them in there and they're all bumped together, and then those packages freeze in odd shapes, and they don't store well when you try to pack them into your box. The other thing is as you reach, you put these in your freezer at home and you're reaching in there to get the bag of peas in the back. These are bumping around. If there's a lot of sharp edges, gnarled up sharp edges, they bump into each other and they poke holes in the bags. Then the vacuum is gone from the bag and you get freezer burnt. And so freezing your fish properly is important later on. And you can see if the way the cut is, you can see there's a larger portion of meat on the side and it tapers down into the belly. And so you've got the same on this side. So you can, when you stack them, you can stack them like that, sort of bellies to bellies, and that lets everything package flat.
Now, what are you going to do with when all your friends get here? Cheese? You're going to need more.
Yeah, well, I'm going to take some of the salmon that we had last year. That's what you do in this time of the season. You take your fish from last year and you smoke it.
That way, whatever's left, yeah,
it makes room.
Now you got fresh stuff.
Yep. Yeah. We thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe and click all those buttons. Tell your friends. And we'll leave you with a quick little picture of a friend that came by to visit just the other day. Thank you again.